Hazrat Sultan Bahu is a Punjabi Sufi poet from the 17th century. There is a problem in Sufism which I must share with you. I'm a great admirer of Sufi thought, Sufi music, Sufi poetry, but there is one problem that I must share with you, and the problem is that if you want to learn music and poetry, you need to have a murshid, a teacher, and the teacher will have to be a man and not a woman. Okay? This man insisted upon having his mother as a teacher, which is not allowed. So he created a very different kind of music, which is known as the C-harfi music, that I begin with an alphabet, I'll create a sentence or a phrase, and then I'll end it in pure sound. Pure sound in this case will mean, for instance, in Hinduism we have Om. In Islam we have Hu. So let's see how it does. Move from the letter Aleph, that is Aleph in the Roman script, and you think of the Almighty. In thinking of the Almighty, you think of that which is fragile, which is unprotected, which is defenseless. Only then is your invocation of the Almighty is relevant, otherwise it has no meaning. That is the first lesson. Think of that is defenseless, like a weak sapling growing up. Nurture it with the water of fullness and void, and it will grow inside your being, and its aroma will then overwhelm your body. Then you would realize what the teacher did for you was just extraordinary. So this is the invocation that we invariably begin with. We are firstly beginning with the traditional way, and thereafter we will do the way the same invocation is done outside the dargah in the street, and then maybe we do it the way we do. Third. May I have a little water, please? Because ये बॉटल मुझे दे दीजिए, खोल दीजिए। Thank you. ਮੁਰਸ਼ਦ ਮਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਲਾਈ I begin from Aleph and I think of the Almighty. Nabi asbaat da pani milya. Har lage har jayegi. Interesting thing to note is that in Sufism there are two kinds of, or three kinds of major poetry. One is the Hamd, which is a poem in praise of God. The other is Nath, which is a poem in praise of the Prophet. And the third, of course, is Mankhabat, which is a poem in praise of the Murshid or the teacher. In this case, what is happening is that the poem begins with the invocation of God. So it is a Hamd, but it ends with a line in praise of the teacher. So there is a transition which is happening. And that's very interesting. And the teacher is identified in two ways. Jeeve Murshad Kamal Sain. Those of you who know Punjabi, and I suppose there are a few who do, Kamil in Punjabi and in Urdu is one who is wise, but in Punjabi we playfully kind of twist the term Kamil into Kamla. The Kamla is one who's a little crack in the head. So the teacher will have to be wise only because the teacher has a crack in the head. Any teacher without the crack in the head is not worth it. That is why we Punjabis intellectuals have gone nowhere. The other is of course Sai. Sai is generally said to be the master, but in this case, if you go into the etymology, Sai is developed from the Saya. आपके बड़े बुजुर्ग होते हैं, they leave you, and yet their shadows travel with you even when they are not around. So the teacher is one who is with you even when he is not. So that's the crux. Jeeve Murshad Kamal Sai, Jisne Booty Lai Hu, because he's the one who planted this sapling in my heart. This is the way it is done inside the dargah. Dargah, you understand. Dargah is, there are two kinds, the khanqahs and the dargahs. Dargah is where the murshid is venerated after death. Khanqah is that of a living murshid. Okay? So, this is how it is done within the dargah, but there is another way in which it's done outside. And if we do that, there is a condition. Sufi music demands that we construct a community. The community becomes involved. The community becomes involved and participates in the music that we create. How? Either they sing along or they dance. And the third thing I will not mention. That's very difficult. I will not advise the third thing. I'll tell you what it is. The third thing is you get stoned. Don't ever try that. Out in the street.
the pani mile Allah, Allah.